Hey guys, this is Hope to Live 1 again, and we're doing a deck profile over the My Heroic XYZs. And I wouldn't really call it a heroic based deck. It's got Extra Sword, which is the main just beat down for all my XYZs, because then I can just use like him and Goblinberg and just get Blackcorn, and then I can just use his effect and take out BLS, but I use that, and I've actually never gotten to actually pull off Double Lance's effect. It is really annoying. I never end up having a Double Lance in the grave when I have a Double Lance, or two in my hand. It has never happened. Well, I run two Command Knights just because it's a solid 1900 defense, and then all my monsters are pretty much, yeah, all of them are warrior except for some of the XYZs. So they all get the 400 extra attack, and yeah, he can't attack it. So besides him, if I have like 1900 beater, oh, I wait, yeah, 1900, 1800, 2100, they all have pretty much over 18 and above just because I have him. And then Gaga Gardena, I run to him just because he's a really good card. If I don't have any other monsters and I end up top decking him, and if I just end up top decking him and I have any other card, I can just make him not be able to die. And then I can just stall for a turn or two. And hopefully get something that can actually help me. And then Goblinberg and Photon Thrasher are the two main engines in this entire deck. Because Goblinberg's effect is amazing for this deck. Because every single one of my monsters are level 4. So I can normal summon him, use his effect, and then get any XYZ. Besides, or I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Him, uh, Kusanagi, Illuminite, which I rarely even use, Shockmaster, and Shark Drake. Every single other one I can just get just because of his effect if I have another monster. And then Photon Thrasher is the same way. I can just use him and any other person I have and do the same exact thing. And then Photon Crusher is just 2000 beater so I can get out. Well, not so I can get. Well, yeah, he's in there just so I can get out Palladius because the only way how to get it without him is using Thrasher and reborning Thrasher and Tasuki Knight, which I've only gotten to use once because I'll get to him in a minute. Then Silver Sentinel's a really good card. I run to him just because he's a good card. If I have him set and he either MSTs or heavies, then I get to pop one of his cards and I get him. And then next turn I get XYZ because he's also level 4. And then there's Tasuki Knight, who he's okay. He's a decent card. If you top deck him, it's a really good play if you draw another level 4 next turn because it's Tasuki Knight. He kills it and then he's BLS, kills it and tries to attack again with BLS. Tasuki Knight, end your turn. Well, not turn, but battle phase, but there's not much you can do after that. And then you just use him in another level 4 and make almost any other XYZ. And then you got the regular Book of Moon. I run double summon just in case I draw either these guys, the Extra Swords, Command Knights, Gardenas, Double Ants, because I never get to use his effect, and Photon Crusher, because if I end up drawing them, then it's not that good of a deck. Because you need Goblinberg and Photon Thrasher unless they can't get over them. Because, well, it wouldn't be that challenging to get over like Command Knight or Gardena. But like Photon Crusher, unless he's got something pretty decent, then he's not gonna be able to get over it. I run a lance and 2 robes because they're decent cards. They save my XYZs, and yeah, they just all 3 save my XYZs, and it makes it so much better. Heavy, Mind Control, Reborn. I use Reincarnation because I could totally use it for double lance if I needed to, but I can't. And then I use it for like Photon Thrasher or to get Photon Thrasher or Goblinberg back. I'll probably end up changing around the Warrior Returning Alive and Reincarnation because I could just run Warrior Returning Alive and then not use. Yeah, you know what? I'll probably just end up changing that because I don't need to run both of them because Warrior Returning Alive pretty much is monster reincarnation for me because they're all warriors. And then there's Avarice, Rhoda, Deep Prison, and Mirror Force, and then all the staples. And then I run XYZ Veil just because I add an extra slot, and then they can't target me by anything. Traps, spells, monster effects. And then they're pretty much invincible. Well, not really, but I can pretty much just pull out Excalibur and then use that, and then I'm going to do some a large amount of damage. And then Stardust or Starlight Road, don't run any kind of tuner, so I can't get him any other way. Then there's Blade Armor. I really think this is a good card. I've seen some people run it, and it's got a large amount of attack, and it's got some pretty solid effects. Turn 1 card to the hand, discard a random card. Well, not discard, because that would suck. But send a random card from the hand to the graveyard, and then banish a card. So it's just like... Well, actually, I don't know an example, because I'm bad at that, but it's a solid card. Then Pearl just to get over, like, Stardust, if I had to. Excalibur. Kusanagi's a really good card, because I can just get him, and then all traps are pretty much useless, and then I can get him up to 3,000, no, 4,000 beater. Symphony, Luminite, he's okay. I don't use him very often, because he's got a solid attack, but his effect's not that good. I don't use him that often. Shockmaster is amazing. I've won so many duels just because of Shockmaster. Shark Drake I recently started using because I was in this tournament, and that was XYZ that I was assigned in the tournament because it was a number card tournament. And if I kill a monster with him, and I have like extra sword on him, so he already has 3,800 attack, I get to special summon their monster back in attack position. It loses 1,000 attack, and then I get to attack it again. And then Utopia, Blackhorn. Photo Knight's amazing, because if I end up getting Photo Knight out, any monster's dead, pretty much. Because I can make attack 0, no effects. And you get to draw a card when it's destroyed. Not when it leaves the field. And then Photon. But easily my favorite combo in this deck is you get out Photon Thrasher, then you use Goblinberg to get out Extra Sword. Well, actually, that's one of them, and then you get a 3,300 beater Shockmaster. Probably my other favorite is Goblinberg and Extra Sword, and then pull out Excalibur. Because then it's 3,000 beater, and then you can use its effect, and then it has 5,000. In the old way I used to run this, I used to be able to get him up to 11,000 attack, I think, or something like that. Because I use his effect. Use a card that doubles a heroic monster's attack, but it can't attack directly. So then it has 8,000 attack. And then Extra Sword effect kicks in. So I could get him up to 9,000. I screwed up on the effect earlier because I didn't realize that it's double its original attack. And then Asian Eyes pointed that out. So it's really good with pretty much extra sword in general because I can just use this effect, and then it has 5,000 attack, and then it still keeps the 3,000 after that. But it's a really good deck. So this is Hope to Live 1. I'll see you guys next time.